Nicole, also known as Nathaniel's mom, as everybody waves to me. Um, but I've been at the warehouse probably over 2 years, but faithfully going for 1 year. So this is Nathaniel. This is my pride and joy, my little miracle. So I'm 8 months pregnant, and I hadn't felt him for a few days. I called to make a doctor appointment, and when I go downstairs, the tech's talking and laughing, and all of a sudden she gets really serious. And I'm like, okay, that's not good. So like, she tells me to get dressed and wait here. And then I hear her on the phone just saying, I can't see it, I can't see it. Now in my mind, I'm thinking, you can't see what? You can't see the baby, you can't see, what? She comes back in and tells me to go back upstairs. And I do. And the doctor's in the waiting room, which I'm like, that's also not a good sign. And I just remember the doctor pulling me in and telling me that I had no amniotic fluid, don't know how long. And I was being admitted that day. And I remember the doctor walking in and telling me I'm having the baby. And I'm like, arguing with him, like, I have a month. And he's like, no, you're having him today. And I was like, okay. And I remember them taking him out. And I remember just seeing this tiny purple little baby. No crying, no moving, just there in their arms. And I remember being passed from the OB to the NICU team. And I remember just the doctors coming in and telling me he needs blood transfusions and he doesn't have enough red cells, he doesn't have enough white. He just they're telling me this stuff, and I'm just kind of like, okay, not knowing, and then first time mom, and I'm not good with all this medical stuff. And I just remember, okay. And I walked in, I was finally able to go into his room. I remember just him in the incubator, this tiny, found out he was 2 pounds 6 ounces. And I remember just seeing him with the little sunglasses they put on him and the light, and he has tubes and he has wires, and I'm just staring at him because he looks so fragile and so tiny. And I just remember the doctors coming in and they started telling me we don't know why, but he's not breathing that well, and he's requiring oxygen, and we're trying to figure it out, and we're trying to do this. And I had to learn a lot of terms that they were giving me, and I was like, okay. And I just remember a lot of it was just be here with him and just hold him. And then we get to go home for a few days. We're home for 3 days, then went back to the hospital. And that's when they kept him for another month and a half, and that's when he got the trach in his neck, and to help him breathe because he had coded. And every time the doctors are telling me, we're going to try this, but it's not a guarantee, and we're going to do this, but it's not. Most of it was just hold him and cherish him while you can. I know the doctors kept telling me he was cherish him because he's not going to be here for your Christmas. Christmas comes and goes. It's not going to be here for your first birthday. It comes and goes. I just never felt like when they would tell me he was going to not be here, that it was true, because it just felt like I just had this peace in God knowing that he had him, and that he was holding him, and that he had me through all of it. So we were in and out constantly from the ER and being admitted and all this stuff, and finally the last one, doctor tells us we figured it out. And I was like, okay, God, like, you are listening to me, and you do hear my cries. The doctor comes in and tells me he has what's called a compressed spine, so the spinal fluid is not able to do what it's supposed to. So he comes and they do the surgery, and we were there for like 3 months because of healing and him trying to gain weight. They put him at that point on a ventilator, and once he's on the ventilator, he is thriving and gaining weight, and the doctors are telling me, well, he's probably gonna just lay there. This little boy has learned to sit up. He's not gonna walk. 2.5, he starts walking, and he probably walked for 6 months, and after that, we've been running, and we've been running ever since. Worrying about tomorrow is not gonna make a difference. Living in the past and holding on to that, well, this is what they said, and this is what they're telling me. I just lived for that moment and just took, it was the one thing that I kind of would tell everybody, and I still tell everybody, it's one day at a time.